It's refresh day in the Valley, and some exciting new premium items have arrived. In today's video, we'll provide a full review and showcase of this week's premium lineup. Following that, we'll take a dive into Dreamsnaps, checking my results for the Topsy-Turvy Tea Party Challenge, which were a little exciting to say the least. Of course, once we've discussed my submission, we'll close out today's video by discussing the newest Dreamsnap Challenge. So I hope you're ready because we have a lot to talk about. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so every like on this video can make a tremendous difference for me. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Hey there gamers, and welcome back to the channel. So as mentioned in the intro, the first thing we're going to talk about today is the premium shop lineup, and there are some very exciting things in the shop this week. Of course, because of my attire here, it's probably pretty clear which bundle we'll be discussing first, and that is the Garden Fairy Flower Bundle. Now I'm not gonna lie, I really wish they would have given this before this week because it was perfect for last week's challenge. And come to think of it, so is another one of the items in the shop this week, but we'll get to that. Now, this bundle here is going to run you 1,750 moonstones, and it comes with several fun pieces. Purchasing this outfit will get you the Garden Fairy Flower dress, the Garden Fairy Flower hat, and the Garden Fairy Flower boots. Now, I don't think it's as good as the Clarion bundle we got last week, but it's still really fun. However, if I were to pass on one thing this week, it would be this. Not because it's bad, but the other items in the shop I think are just better and offer really nice utility, which is something I always look for when reviewing new items. The only thing I don't really like about this outfit, equipping any necklace will kick the dress off, which is exactly what we saw with the Clarion outfit. Now you can equip large neck items like scarves, but yeah, any of these necklaces cannot be worn with the dress, as you can see here. But to my surprise, you can wear bracelets, watches, and bands with this. And I did not think that was going to be possible. Usually any outfit where there's a gauntlet or anything that comes down past the wrist, it just won't let you use bracelets or watches with it. But as you can see here, you can equip watches, bracelets, whatever you want, onto your arms here over the leafy sleeves. It does kind of clip, so it doesn't look quite that nice, but it does give it a tiny bit more Dreamsnap utility in terms of outfit challenges, so that's something. Overall, the outfit is quite nice. I mean, it does pack a lot of fun details, so if you don't want to pass on it, I feel you. I love the spider web in the back. The hair is really cool. The puffy skirt or base of the dress there, and the shoes. I love the exposed toes here, how they're wrapped in vines, and we have those little flower petals on them. Overall, it's a really, really fun outfit, but in my opinion, it's not as fun as some of the other items in the shop this week, but again, that's just my opinion. Now let's talk about the new wings. So featured here are the angelic wings, and I think these are my favorite wings in the game by far. Well, maybe not by far. The golden Clarion wings are a very close second. I really love the animation they offer. The angelic wings and the Clarion wings are just miles ahead of most, in my opinion. And maybe I just feel that way because they're new, but yeah, these wings are just loaded with detail. Now, as with most wings, they are going to cost you 1,750 moonstones, which is just as much as that outfit bundle we were just looking at. But with the amount of detail and the elegance, all the feathers, the golden glow of it, the glowing diamonds or gems embedded in the top, I mean, these are just outstanding. Not to mention, they're going to work really well for this week's Dreamsnap Challenge. Of course, the back of the wing set does offer just as much of an impact as the front, although, as with most wings, your hairstyle, depending on what kind of hairstyle you have, will clip through them as seen here. Overall, there's not a whole lot to say about the wings. They kind of speak for themselves. I'm a huge fan of these wings, which I think I've made pretty obvious, but let me know your thoughts on the wings in the comments below. And with that, let's take a look at our newest piece of premium decor. Featured here is the Fairy Flower Garden. And like I said, I'm really sad we didn't get this last week. It would have been perfect for last week's Dreamsnap Challenge, but I do think it's something we're gonna see used in a lot of Dreamsnaps, and that's my favorite thing about it. We'll get into that a bit more in a minute. This little flower garden is the cheapest item in the premium shop this week, coming in at only 1,500 moonstones. Now, it is pretty large, occupying close to an 8 by 12 shelf grid placement, but it does have some openings around the corners. I love the fact that it's got some lights on it, and there are so many fun, bright, and vibrant colors, all the pinks, purples, yellows, greens, blues. By itself, it's a very fun and vibrant piece of decor. With that said though, I believe this item's real value ties into its utility for Dreamsnaps. So this is an interactable item. There's a fan here on the back. If you walk up to it, you can interact with it. And by the way, you can interact with it anywhere on the side, whatever you want to do. But you see how this wind starts to animate, and then we have these petals flying? Think about this thing being in your foreground. Like if you stand right around here and then you open your camera mode, now you have this wind gushing past your photo, these petals floating through the wind. This is such a good foreground item. And in my opinion, that makes this the most valuable thing in the shop this week. And it's also the cheapest. I really love the wings, I really love the new house, and the new outfit is fun. But if there is one thing I can recommend picking up in this current premium shop lineup, it is this fairy flower garden for this reason alone. When utilized as a foreground element, it can deliver effects the likes of which we've never seen in Dreamsnaps. Another great perk of this decor item is that it doesn't have a limited time animation. Things like fireworks or the confetti cannon, they activate for maybe 30 seconds, a minute, 15 seconds. Everything has its own little duration, but if you turn this on, it just stays on. So you don't have to worry about activating it with the camera. But if for some reason you wanted to activate it with the camera, you can. Yeah, pretty cool. So we have yet another item that works with the visual effects toggle. Closing out the review on this item, I think it is the one thing you may not want to skip on this week, and it also happens to be the most affordable. It's beautiful on its own, but its utility within Dreamsnaps makes it even more valuable. And now for our final item, the Enchanted Forest House. This thing is loaded with detail, which is not surprising because it cost a staggering 3,750 moonstones. It's been a little while since we had a house quite this expensive, but it's also been a very long time since we had a house with quite this level of detail. I love the way the trees are growing up through the roof here. The windows have such intricate and beautiful patterns. The door has these really nice engravings. If anything, to me, this house feels a bit elvish. It's an absolutely stunning premium house. Not only does it have great woodwork and carvings and etchings, but the plants on the outside and this metal wrapped around this side here that's slightly reflective is very nice, and they don't skip on the detail. No matter what angle you view this house from, it's got a lot of fun little notes scattered about. Like even the back, there might not be any beautiful windows on the back here, but we have more trees growing over the backhand side. The bushes wrap all the way around, and we do have windows on the sides at least, and then there's these little ferns popping out of the bushes as well. We have these patterns over the windows, and I really enjoy the overall architecture and roof structure. Though my only hang up about the house is I do wish that the trees attached had a bit more of a light green instead of such a dark green. We don't really have very many trees with a shade quite like that. We do have a few, but not many. And if I put this beautiful house into one of my forest builds, I want it to kind of blend into the environment, but the darker green does match the orange of the roof really, really well. So I don't really think it's a problem per se. Now, as far as size goes, this thing is pretty big. I'm not going to bother counting the squares. You can see around how many it utilizes. But when you get a house that's going to run you nearly 4,000 moonstones, I would kind of hope it's a large house with a lot of detail. So I'm definitely not bothered by the size. In closing, it's a super fun and super beautiful premium home, but it is on the expensive side. So if you're limited on moonstones or you're saving for something special, it might be worth passing on, especially if you have to choose between this house and the Fairy Flower Garden. After all, that Fairy Flower Garden is going to provide amazing utility for a wide variety of Dreamsnap themes, whereas I feel like this house is only gonna fit in very particular themes. And now, with the premium review out of the way, let's move on to Dreamsnaps. Alright, and here are the results. 80.9 and rank 2. This is my second time getting rank 2. I'm really surprised by this. I don't think you can ever truly expect to be in the top 3, and it's never really the Dreamsnaps that I am thinking might be or hoping might be. I did really like what I put together for the Topsy-Turvy Tea Party, and I assumed it would get 4,000 moonstones, but 10,000 is a very nice surprise. It's funny because this is my second time getting rank 2, and I'm just ever so close to that rank 1. I'll keep trying. I think I might get it one day, but I'm very, very happy that this Dreamsnap was so well received. And with that, let's take a look at my Topsy-Turvy Tea Party submission. Alright, and here it is. This is the submission that got me my second rank 2 position. So of course, I really played up the Alice in Wonderland theme here, as it fits very well with the Tea Party theme. Now this was an outfit challenge, and I wanted to give a really good showcase of the outfit, so I used the Vizier's alchemy table to push my camera forward in portrait mode. Since the Tea Party featured in Alice in Wonderland did actually include a couple of rabbits, I chose what I consider to be the best companion for this challenge, which was the rabbit. I believe we got this rabbit from the Centennial Star Path, but his little top hat just makes him fit in so well. So does his little jacket. As far as the outfit goes, most of the items I'm wearing are high value. I have the Cheshire gloves, Cheshire jacket, Cheshire tail, and the new top hat. Though I chose not to use a high value neck piece. The scarves in this challenge were actually 3 tag, and the headphones I'm wearing are only 1 tag. I just felt like the headphones looked so much better because they featured some purple, and I figured it was worth sacrificing some tag value to make a more cohesive outfit. As far as the setting goes, we have our tea party here on the left, featuring all the various Mulan teas and some others, as well as the Wonderland cookies. One thing you might have noticed right in the foreground is the small quirky teapot, which came from the Dreamlight Park Community Challenge. But you may find yourself wondering, how in the world do I have 2 of them on the table? Well, interestingly enough, prior to Update 8, this item was available to buy in Scrooge's shop. A Gameloft representative did report that this item was never intended to be available in the shop and it was just a bug, but I was playing at the time and I purchased the teapot from Scrooge and received my second when I did the Dreamlight Park Challenge. Featured around the table we have Daisy, Minnie, Ariel, and Jasmine. I just felt like their outfits worked really well for the scene. Behind them, we have the Curious Labyrinth opening. In the back of the photo, we have the new Mad Hatter house, as well as some fun sparkle effects from a few fireworks. And on the right side, we have Alice, Cheshire Cat's tree, and some confetti effects. I think my favorite thing about this photo is the expression on Cheshire Cat's face. He just looks really impressed with the confetti and fireworks, like he's having a great time. He's just wowed by all this. And I had to take this photo so many times to capture him doing that and capture Alice smiling. I'm just glad people really liked it and all the hard work paid off. So if you like this photo enough to vote for it, thank you very, very much. Now, before we move on to this week's new Dreamsnap challenge, I did want to mention something to all of my Dreamsnap enthusiast friends here on YouTube. Now, many of you already know this, but I'm sure there are some who do not. A big portion of the content I do is centered around Dreamsnaps. And that's not just making my Dreamsnaps and sharing the results, but helping as many people as I can obtain their 4,000 moonstones. Every Monday and Tuesday on my Twitch channel, we host Dreamsnap review streams, where I will take the time to review, discuss, and critique every Dreamsnap sent my way to help players learn, grow, and most importantly, understand the Dreamsnap system, as many players aren't aware of the high value item mechanic and how they can ensure good visibility within the Dreamsnaps voting phase. I do have a guide that discusses this. You can find it in the video description down below. It also shares a lot of my other Dreamsnap knowledge, like composition, lighting, angles, and more. But if you would like a one-on-one where I directly review your snaps and discuss ways to ensure getting 4K, consider joining my Twitch channel and my Discord server. Within my Discord server, you're going to find a category called Dreamsnaps Support. This entire category was created to provide tools, resources, and knowledge to anyone looking to improve their Dreamsnaps ranks and collect their 4,000 moonstones. Every Monday and Tuesday, more and more people are showing up to participate in our Dreamsnap support process, and if you're interested in learning more about Dreamsnaps, I would love the opportunity to share what I know with you. Now, with that out of the way, you can find links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server in the video description down below, and you can catch me live Monday through Friday. Now, with that finished, let's take a look at this week's brand new Dreamsnap challenge. So this week's challenge is called Mythological Chic, stating create an outfit inspired by mythology, from divine beings and heroic warriors to magical creatures. Let your imagination bring legend to life through your style. Our mandatory tags are going to be strong and wondrous, and our bonus tags are going to be bold and back. That means this challenge is only going to allow one 4-tag item, which is going to be your back item. I have to say this is a very exciting challenge, and with Storybook Veil Part 2 likely coming on June 18th, I just started decorating Mythopia because by the time Part 2 gets here, I want my whole Storybook Veil DLC to be fully decorated, so when we do playthroughs, you have some fun stuff to look at. And since I've been working on Mythopia, it's pretty fun. We have a mythological challenge like right at the same time, so I might use one of my recent builds in this challenge. I'm not sure yet. Now, looking through the items in this Dreamsnap challenge, like we said, the only 4-tag is going to be back items, and for this I highly recommend wings. We just got these angelic wings, which are also high value, the electric dragon wings, the golden clarion wings, the snippet wings. There are a lot of good options for a mythological cosplay, if you will. Of course, with us only being able to equip one 4-tag item in this challenge, a lot of people are going to be going for heavy 3-tag items, and fortunately there are a lot of options here. Like, we can scroll for quite a while. Tons of things have the bold, wondrous, and strong tags. So there is a lot of flexibility in this challenge, which to me is really exciting. It means people are going to be able to come up with their own ideas, their own concepts, own designs, and I love it when a challenge is not strictly limited to a handful of items. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one. I'm really excited to get into it. I haven't taken a deep dive into all the options yet, but I've already got some ideas swirling around in my head. With that, we've covered all the big topics in this week's breakdown. So if you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you'd like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley.